Hello everybody, welcome back. Today, we're going to go back into game development. It's Friday, August 5th. We're going to go back into game development. So, last we left off on this stuff, we tried getting jumping to work, I think, and it didn't quite work the way that, or at least the way I had anticipated. And I haven't had much time to go look stuff up in recent time. The past couple days, preparations and stuff for various different things have caught me off guard. That and my own stupidity. But it's fine. It's fine. Now, what we need to do, what I'm hoping for today, is to get jumping working so we can actually get started on making some kind of platformer. Actually start making the platform aspect of this. So that's gonna happen. Anyways. I thought I was gonna say something before we got started. I don't quite remember what. Well, whatever it was. I'm sure it wasn't very important if I forgot. I'm also still getting used to streaming game development stuff, so if things are not quite up to quality or up to par with the other normal streams, like the other streams on Mondays and Wednesdays, then forgive me. I'm still not quite used to this. So without further ado, let's jump right on in to this. So here we are, we're back in this, we're back in the dev scene, and this is what we have so far. The inability, we cannot jump at the moment, but we can run around, we can collect some coins, we can run into an enemy, and that kills us. As you can see, it says display 1, no cameras, rendering. I believe if we unparent the camera, the main camera like that, the camera will keep rolling, but our character will just disappear. Yep, there he goes, and so does the background. For right now, this is what we're gonna have to make do with, having the camera just straight attached to the player. Until we can get a good like side-scrolling one working, so that you can jump up to the top and the camera won't follow you and whatnot. We'd have to make a script for that. But first, jumping. That's the hard part of all this. We have to actually make jumping work. And I'm not quite certain exactly how to do that. Last time we tried this here, where we add force to it in the form of an impulse when you press the space bar here. Unless I'm writing this in wrong. Actually, let me look that up real quick. Unity scripting reference, please load. There it is. I believe I am using it correctly. We can try a get key down instead of a get key for this one. It might work. It could be a simple change like that. It could be just a simple change like that that allows us to jump. Nope. Cannot jump. Alright. I can't think of a way that this would work. I mean, we managed to get flying working, but that's not what we want. We want to jump. Very tough question. Hold on one sec. No, we'll just keep it like this. We can... Sorry about the quick adjustments on the fly. Like I said, things aren't quite completely up to par just yet. There we go. That looks a bit better now. So, in order to do this, I'm not quite certain. We could try a vector 3 and see if that works, but I don't know. Rigid body, add force. And not to mention, can jump not being set to true when we hit the ground, unless we don't have it tagged ground. Let me check that real quick. It is tagged ground up here. Okay. We'll try the other method. The name starts with. Thought I named that right. Does that work? Does that work for you? Alright, now it's working. Alright. So, if we click on Bobby, it says that can jump is true. We click it. Can jump is not getting back into false. If you leave it and then you come back, and it'll say it's true. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Now we just need to get jumping working. I can't think of many other options unless the force we're adding is not enough. It does say gravity scale 150. Let's change that back down to 1. Now let's see what happens. We're faster. Unfortunately, we're not gonna. It doesn't seem like we're able to jump, anyways. Pardon me. Put this down to 10 real quick. Let's see how that feels. Bit of fine tuning. It feels alright. Now we need let's change the jump height to like 100 and see if that changes anything, or we just can't jump anyways. We just can't jump anyways. If remember why we had the gravity scale so high. Huh. Okay. Let's check this then. Go back to this. Maybe we do need to actually write in that it equals true. If can jump equals true, then add the force. Alright, come on. Nothing. Right, this is having me genuinely confused. Oh shoot! I forgot to swap back over to this. I see. I don't know. I can't really find a problem with the code, other than the fact that it just straight up isn't working, and it may just not be responding to the spacebar being pressed. The other option is that we could just teleport the player up a few blocks. I don't know, that probably wouldn't feel good though. Oh, and the music's probably a bit loud. There we go. A bit more quiet. Let me look something up real quick. Yeah, there's a form for this. Nice. That's a lot of code right there. I might be missing something here. I'm gonna try something out. It is on the right scene. Yeah, it's on the right scene. Alright. Looked something up on a forum. Real quick, there's a forum where someone had a similar problem. I think I just messed up how add force should be used. So we can do, instead of that, we can do just vector2 dot up, and we can multiply that by our jump force, I believe. And this doesn't need to be new anymore because we're actually calling something that exists. It's jump height. We have our force mode 2D dot impulse. We set can jump to false. Alright. Because it could just be jumping us up 1 or 5 units and then nothing else. So let's see. Let's see if this works. Nope, no jump. Yeah, no jump. And let's try this. Nope, it's not jumping. Come on, I can do this. It's not that hard to figure out, right? Let's see, what else did they do differently? You know, we're gonna change up how this whole thing works. Based off of this forum. I'm not gonna It's not copying someone's homework. Not technically. There's up on a forum for a reason. It's an answer. So we go to update. Well, first let's remove all the stuff that's in update. There we go. Let's try this. First we have this. We can add a new equals false. Or rather, it'll be set later. Oh man, my lungs dislike me today. So we get the rigid body 2D here. Just do this for this here. That will be determined later. This updates each frame, so it'll be we need to use get access in this case. So let's see if this works. No, I forgot one more. Variable we need. We have that. And periodically save so that in case something bad happens, not everything gets destroyed. Get the axis of which the player is moving. So that we go player input equals new Victor 2 and we do input dot get axis horizontal it has to be in quotations. All right. Horizontal and input dot get axis vertical. Then we do the detect if it can jump. Detect if the player can jump. So we do an if statement for that. And we'll do a can jump. Now, in order to not return an error, we're gonna have to separate this if statement out into two parts. So if input dot get key down or we can just do the one that we've been doing so far, which was input dot it was input dot get key down key code dot space. Alright. Now in here we do the can jump equals false and should jump equals true. Now from here, we need to do a new thing. From here we do a private void fixed update. And then here we're going to actually get the movement stuff, which is if that's packages. That's not what I want. Player input does not equal vector2.0 then you do rigid body dot add force and this will be player input times our move speed, or rather, which for us just speed, times time dot fixed delta time. Comma force mode impulse 2D dot impulse. Alright. And then we do the jump, which is pretty much the exact same thing, but instead of using speed we'll use jump height. You might want to rename that to jump force. Add force player. Actually, no, not player input this time. We'll do vector 2 dot up times jump height force mode 2D dot impulse. And then from there, this is damn, I am coughing so much today. Should jump equals false. No, we're not quite done yet. Actually, no, that's it. Yeah, I think that might be it. Hopefully this works. Here's hoping. It is pain time. Alright. Okay, so it takes a bit to get up to speed. Goodbye. My people need me. Actually, no, I think this would be way funnier if we did this. Like, we just dragged these off of him. Goodbye. My people need me. And he's gone. Up we go. Yeah. That's it. They're gone. I think something's up with the chat box. Hold on. Let me tweak something real quick. I think that might have fixed it. All right. It's just gone. It's disappeared. Bobby has a bad habit of leaving the stratosphere. Okay. It's because I have the jump height up to 100. Let's see what's up. What's up when I put it up to 5. Okay. I mean, I don't like the way the movement works, but I do like how the jumping works. So let me change up the movement back to how it was. Let's get the movement back to how it was. Instead of having this here. Well, actually, no, we can have this here, but we need to change this. Instead of adding a force, we'll say that if player input is not 0. How are we doing it before? We were adding, I think we were adding force, but it was like, it was different. It was very different. It was consistent. Alright, give me a second. I need to look something back up again. Gotta pull up old schoolwork. Yay. Alright, Unity, please load. Come on. Come on. Alright, there it goes. Almost. There it is. You guys aren't going to see this because I am currently looking through some old homework files. I forgot to open up the... I forgot to open up the code for that. I got it, it's already open. So I am going through some old scripts from a couple, from the last semester I was in college, and looking and seeing how we did movement there. It's a bit complicated, needless to say. Though I do kind of like the idea that you can like rack up some momentum. Make it a real movement shooter, you know? Not movement fuck. A real physics-based platformer. You know what? Screw it. We're just gonna go with the other method. Keep this here. And just add some mechanics that will allow us to, like, speed up or slow down, like a... Because you can get pretty fast with this. You can get very fast with that. Granted, it looks like something isn't quite working. Don't know why, but the can jump is not coming back. We can jump. Oh god, no, there it is. It just takes a little bit. Alright, I'm actually alright with this. This is fine. This here is okay. We figured out jumping. Jumping is done. Yes. Thank you, random person on the internet. They have a cat profile picture. Alright, so there. Jumping fixed. Next we need to work on... Next we need to actually make it look a bit more platformy. I don't want to work on enemy pathing or anything right now because that requires a nav mission. I don't quite understand them yet. I would like to work on... No, actually, no. Let's tweak some values a little bit. What happens if we do 10 and then lower the speed down? Because that speed it gets fast quick. It also takes a while to come to a stop. And oh, that is quite the large jump right into the enemy. It's also difficult to turn around and stuff mid-air. Might take some fine-tuning. I also want to try and add coyote time. We can do it by use of a timer. That sounds something pretty simple we can add. If you don't know what coyote time is, it's basically the time you have a little bit of time before after you fall off a ledge to press the jump button, and we can do that by adding a timer. We can do that by adding a timer that should start ticking down here, and once that reaches 0, it will essentially cause the it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain. So first we're going to need up here I'm gonna make it a whole new section. We go coyote timer. First we need a serialized field. That's not it. Serialized field. This will be a float. I believe float. Yeah, it is a float. And this is the duration. This is the cooldown timer. This is how long the this is how long it takes to. This is how much time we're gonna have. So this is gonna be float. We'll call it coyote cooldown. And for now, it'll be 0. I forgot the semicolon. And then a non-serialized field, we do a float. I believe this one is also a float. Is it 2 floats? It is 2 floats, and this is the timer. So we're gonna call it coyote timer equals 0.0f. Now, with those two in place, we're going to call them into play under, I believe, the fixed update one. Hold on, I'm checking through old code. Nope, it's under update. Okay. We can put it under update, and it'll be easy. It'll be easy enough to implement, right? So for this, we need to first check if the timer is done or not. Check if the timer. I'll just check if the timer is done. Do an if statement, and then we do not that. Then we do if not can jump. If can jump is false. If can jump becomes false. Then we do coyote timer. Yeah, am I setting this wrong? I don't know. Oh, no, I'm definitely saying it's wrong. Not quite yet. Not that yet. So we do another if statement. We'll check if Coyote. No, not checking if the timer is done. It's checking if the timer has any time left. Any time left. Okay, Coyote timer is greater than or equal to 0.0f. From there, we need to do Coyote timer equal, no, not equals. I don't think it's equals. Alright, it's not just equals. It's minus equals time dot delta time. Yeah, time dot delta time. And that will count it down, pretty much. Then, later on in the code, we need to call it back in. We need to call it back in later, right? I'm looking through. Okay, no, it was right after. We can optimize this a bit. We can optimize this. Instead of having it like this, where it's inside this, asking if it can jump or not, we delete this. Add this back in. Let's check if it has any time left. Then check. Well, that means if it's gonna. No. We do it like this. We put it like that, and then after this, we I'm working it through in my own head, so it should be fine. Okay, no, this is if they press the spacebar. Then, okay, it's in the wrong place. I'm putting it in the wrong place. We need to check when the player when should jump is pressed, or rather, we need to check when the player presses the spacebar button, the space button up here, which means that this needs to be put up. For organization's sake, need to put it right there. That should work. Yep. And then now that they press in space here, then we check if the cooldown timer is the you check if the cooldown timer is first we have to check if the cooldown timer is good to go or not. I'm great at explaining stuff. Do an if, and that is to say if Coyote timer is this or this to this, then we need to set it back up. I think that these can go in it, so that these happen at the end of, those things happen at the end of the timer reaching 0. So then we can do coyote timer equals coyote cooldown. I am hoping that this works. This feels like I put this together using cardboard and duct tape. So now, there should be a slight delay. First we need to type in that the delay is, well, at 0 there should be no change. There is no change, okay. Change this from 0 to 1. We're not going to have too much, we're using floats for the decimal value anyways. Now we should be able to write off this, and then jump. Okay, so it's working, first try, that's great. And 0.2, because I want it to be subtle. This is typically something you'd add later on, but I want to add it now. Okay, that's a bit too much. 0.05. Okay. Now we need to know if it, I want to know if it actively, like, because we never press the spacebar, it doesn't turn off. Okay, that's a bit of a problem. It might just be working because we forgot to implement something. Okay. Back to the scripting scene. We need can jump to be. We need can jump to be true only while on the ground. And at any other time, it's false. We can do that by doing an else statement. And can jump equals false. Or we'll see what this does, because I've got a feeling it's going to conflict with some of the other code we just wrote. And when we fall off, alright, it's not quite working. Jump. Alright. Now if we fall off. Okay. Still not quite working. Looks like the coyote stuff we implemented doesn't seem to work at all. Dang it. Also, I forgot to change the thing again. I'm a good streamer, I swear. Let's just undo all the coyote stuff we did. Will it work like this if we just Control Z our way through this? Alright. Alright. There we go. Coyote stuff is gone. We can add that later if we need to. now that we have jumping working, at least, I want to, I don't want to have to come to a very slow start to speed up and just speed up to a point. No, because I think it can just keep speeding up and speeding up and speeding up. Oh, I forgot to change that. Thank you, Weekslay Vincius, for following. Hope you enjoy the content. Hope you enjoy the stream. That kind of took me off guard. I'm used to a much different alert system. I need to check through all my stuff. Whew. Okay. You know what? We can play around with this for now. Let's add some new groundy bits. Control C, Control V this. And make this much smaller. The size, why 1? And put it at a point where you can actually jump onto it. Players should be able to jump onto that. Yep. Alright, there he goes. The movement needs to be fine-tuned quite a bit. We can fine-tune stuff later. We just need a rough idea. We just need boxes moving around on a screen, pretty much. And move these around over here. And the fun part about it is that we don't gotta make an animated or moving background because the background always stays with us. Yep, that works. The one thing that I'm not quite sure I like about it is that it feels like you're sliding on ice. Again, I'm gonna have to go back through later. At some point. I'm just glad that it's working. I'm gonna have to go back through later and make some changes. What else can we add to this? Because we have jumping and we have the ability to move back and forth. We could add a sprint, but I don't think I want it to be a kind of sprint. I want it to be like a jump but horizontal, like a kind of dash that just increases your speed. Make you go fast. This is gonna change from Mario to Sonic really quick. We can do that. I think that should be easy enough to add given the system that we just implemented. Alright. What we need to do is add a new variable. Well, looks like 2 new variables in this case. We'll do a the serialized field so we can keep track of it. Can dash, we'll call it that. And down here we'll do a private bool should dash. Theoretically, it would look exactly the same as the jumping function. However, instead of up, it's just to the right or left, depending on the player's movement direction. Yeah, depending on the direction the player's moving. So first we need to basically copy this statement here, but with different words. So we do first we need to detect if the player can dash. We'll do an if can dash. If that equals true, then we do an if input dot get, that's the button now, we need to get key down. We do key code dot left shift. There we go. I'm sure we can go back through and change these things up from key codes later, just using Unity's systems and whatnot. But for now, this will do. We'll do can dash equals false and should dash equals true. Now in the fixed update, we'll do pretty much this exact same thing here. We'll go dash if should dash, I could type, dang. My hand's no worky. Rigid body, add force, pretty much this exact same thing. Oh, actually, no, we forgot to add one more variable. Serialized field, float, dash strength. Yeah, that'll work. I put 0.0. Object, what? Where did object come from? Okay. Yeah, add force vector 2 dot. Well, we need to determine which direction they're facing. You know what? We can do that pretty simply. By checking, pardon me. By checking if input dot get button, not button, key, get key, and we get key code dot a for now, or we can use the get access that we've been using. We'll just use get access. Instead of using that, we can just go up here. Well, we can just use player input. What am I doing? What am I doing? We just use player input. So we do rigid body dot add force player input times well, it needs to be, yeah, it's in that direction, times dash strength times time. Well, I don't think we need to add time to delta time in this case because we're doing it like a jump right here. And we do a force mode 2D dot impulse. And then in the second line we do the should dash equals false. Then we can remake can jump, well, not can jump, but can dash equal to true if it touches the ground. Let's see how that works. At this point, we're adding new and interesting things. Okay. I think I know why it's not working yet. It's because we forgot to... Yeah. Dash strength is not anything. Let's do 10 for the time being. So now we can... Ooh! And that does indeed send you a ways, but it kind of counteracts against forces and whatnot. In order to make movement more snappy in the air, we can say that... I mean, it's a good way to get some speed. It's a great way to get some speed. Oh, I like that. Not a very good method of saving yourself, though. How about this? We can, like, when you dash, we can just stop all the forces that are affecting the player to begin with. We can do, like, player... We can do it like this. This is what I'll have to show you what I'm thinking. My brain don't work too good to say what I'm thinking. So, instead, so when dash gets called into play, when it says should dash, because here when it says, when we put down the key code left shift, it says can dash is false and should dash equals true. when should dash equals true, over here, then we basically first and foremost stop all forces acting on the player by setting player input equal to vector 2.0. So basically when you dash, you stop first and then you go in the direction, so it can be used to orient yourself in this very slippery world. So now if we jump around, we can jump around real good. Now if we dash, alright, we get quite the boost. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to work quite yet. There has to be a way to, like, stop all the forces acting on a object, like just lock it in place. Maybe under rigid body 2D in the scripting API. Let's check that out. Add force, add torque, add drag, add velocity. Is there like a freeze? Like freeze momentum? Gravity scale, it's awake, it's kinematic, it's sleeping, it's touching layers, mass. Position, rotation, set rotation, simulated, sleep mode, velocity. We use that. Dynamic, kinematic, static. I mean, I do wonder what happens if you're moving and you set, like, the static behavior. So we're moving around. We can't move anymore when it's static. When it's dynamic, we move. Okay. That might be the key. The weird thing is, when we use the dash midair, it doesn't seem to do anything now. I mean, let me fix that. I think what we added is not helping. Yes, that works, I suppose. We need to, like, pause it. Can we do it like this? Can we do it like this? I just need to do a little bit more research as to what the terminology is. It's the rigid body type 2D, rigid body 2D static. And will this work? If we do rb.static, maybe not rigid body. Type 2D, that's 2S, dot static, and equals true. Does that work like that? No. Yeah. Okay, I don't think that's gonna work. I don't know. Perhaps the dash strength just needs to be stronger. I don't know. Theoretically, because we also have the vertical axis here for the player input, theoretically we could also dash in various other directions. I don't know if that's something I want or if that's something that can be interestingly played around with. Let's try it out. Let's see if we can. You can dash in other directions. I was holding up and right at the same time. So if I hold up, I could just dash upwards. Okay, that's not what we want. We don't want to be able to dash upwards. Well, maybe we do. No, I don't think we do. One of the more interesting things is that you fall so slowly. Like I could walk off of this. Oh, nope, there you go. For a second I thought we had accidentally made wall jumping a thing. Oh, let me make the death plane much longer. There we go, that'll do. The other thing that we could do is just make the ground have a lot more friction to it, so you come to a stop faster. I mean, I don't mind that movement. I don't mind that movement. I think with some tweaking we could really make that more interesting. Let's try making the ground a bit more gritty. Well, I don't know exactly how to do that though. Other than unless we want to make unless we want to make the mass larger, we could do like a 10 on the mass. Let's mess around with that for a bit. Oh no, I can't jump. 2 then. Oh, moving is so slow. Oh, the mass had such a dramatic impact on this. And now I'm dead. Alright then. 1.5. You did come to a stop faster, but it's harder to get going. And it's really easy to get up to speed. We need like a speed cap or something, like a speed limiter. Let me check out how the velocity, how the whole velocity thing works real quick. With rigid body 2D dot well, first let me fix this back to 1. Is it distance? No. Get vector. There it is. Rigid body 2D velocity. Not velocity. Let's see. It says here that you can use. I can't believe rigid body 2D dot velocity. Where is it? Where is it? Like seriously, where the heck did it go? You'd think that in the example they'd have an example of there it is. Rigid body dot velocity equals that. Wonder if there is a way to lock the velocity, like no matter how much you add to it, it won't change. So like, I'm thinking rigid body dot velocity equals equals what? Equals if rigid body dot velocity equals new vector 2 and then specify what our max is, then it can't increase anymore? I don't know. How do we get so that it doesn't increase anymore? I have an idea. So it's like I've got an idea, I think. So basically, up here we're gonna make a new, under movement stuff, we're gonna make a new vector 2. Do a private vector 2 max velocity. And in max velocity, we're going to say in the update thing here, we're going to detect if the player is moving too fast. We'll do an if rigid body dot velocity is greater than or equal to max velocity. That does work, right? It's not saying it will. Can it be used with the operating types of vector 2? Oh. Okay. Okay, so that's not gonna work out. The internet's an amazing place. You're just gonna look it up. How... That's a G. How to cap the velocity of a moving object. Unity. Their form or something. How to limit the speed of a rigid body. Okay, we have a maximum speed variable. Let me use rigid body dot velocity dot magnitude is greater than max speed. Then rigid body dot velocity equals vector 3 dot clamp magnitude. Rigid body dot velocity max speed. Okay. Let me just implement this real quick. So instead of having max velocity as a vector 2, we can do this. We can make it a serialized field so we can tweak it later. There's a lot of serialized field in the movement stuff. Serialized field. Let's put it with the rest of the other floats, because it is a float. Yeah. That's not the right stuff. Serialized field. Float. Max speed. What's a flout? Float. For now we won't set it at anything. Well, we have to set it at 0. Otherwise it won't work. Then down here, we need to detect if it's moving too fast. So we go rigid body. No, we do RB. RB dot velocity dot magnitude is greater than max speed. Oh wait, no, we already have those in there. We already have the brackets. Then we do rigid body. I forget to have a variable for this. Rigid body dot velocity equals vector 2 dot clamp magnitude. Okay. Then do rigid body dot velocity and max speed. Alright, now you shouldn't be able to go faster than a certain speed. And hopefully with this system we should be able to move at a certain minimum speed as well. I'm hoping. Alright, let's see how this works. Ooh. Why is everything so slow? The heck happened? Oh wait, I know why. Max speed is 0. Set that to 10. You can speed up the speed pretty quickly. We can't go faster than that. Okay. Let's set max speed up to, let's say, 25. Now we can go pretty dang quickly. Pretty dang quickly, pretty dang fast. 17? do 17. We can add a GUI function that'll allow us to see how fast we're moving for testing purposes. Let me add that in real quick. Go down here, we go to create a private void on GUI, if I can type, on GUI, pretty much just like that. Let me go GUI dot label new. I messed it up. Label, not label. Label new. I'm pretty much just copying what they wrote down here. Again, it's on the internet. They put it up on an answering form. It's on Stack Overflow. Everything that you put on Stack Overflow is pretty much up for grabs. And it's just one part of it, so it should be fine. So rect. I'll do a 20. That's an S. 20, 20, 20. 200. 200. And then we do a comma, rigid body velocity. Why did I capitalize the V? Okay. And then colon space plus rigid body dot velocity, and then semicolon. We can add that. We can like get rid of this later, but for now, we head back to here, and we should be able to see. It does say right there, rigid body velocity. It's in complete white, but other than that, it's fine. Can't go higher than 17 now. Alright then, how about a total of 15? We can make the dash strength 15. Theoretically, at max speed, this should stop us dead. It didn't quite do that. It just kind of bounced us. Ooh. Okay, not quite. Yep. Oh, that didn't look quite so good. Don't know what was happening with the controls there. Hold on. Let me see if I can change the color of that real quick to make it more visible. We can do 255. I don't know if that changes the position of the color at all. It did not change the position. It only changed the position. Okay. Let me change that back then. Okay, so we got the dash working, and now we can monitor our velocity, and we can clamp the velocity at a certain speed to keep us from moving too fast. I'll say in some cases we could probably add a thing that like increases the max speed you can go, so that it's like slowly you're getting like the faster you can go. The more fasts you get, it's lower and lower and lower. That's eventually almost nothing, and you're at maximum speed. Let's see if we can implement a minimum speed. Like, what's the minimum speed we can go? I really hope that this doesn't end up breaking something. Let's see. So, it's saying it's saying clamp magnitude. So we can detect it and say if velocity isn't 0, then we can, if the velocity isn't 0, it's just to say we're standing still if the velocity is 0, then we'll add, we detect if it's going lower than than minimum speed. If it's going lower than minimum speed, then it automatically sets it up to max, and we clamp the magnitude at the minimum speed. I'm thinking that's how it'll work. I'm not quite certain. Let's see if we can do it. Another serialized field. It's in the bracket. Float minimum speed equals 0.0f. This won't have any change. No, that won't have any changes if we just start testing it now. Then we go ahead and go into we need to detect if the player is moving too slow now. Nope. Detect if the player is moving too slow. We do an if rigid body dot velocity dot magnitude is lesser than minimum speed. If that's the case, we do a rigid body dot velocity equals vector2 dot clamp magnitude rigid body dot velocity min speed. Well, before all this though, we need to detect if the player's velocity is 0, because the minimum speed is not 0, and the velocity is less than it, but not 0. Then we're gonna be moving in a random direction. Though that does sound like it would be fun. Actually, no. Let's test this. I want to see if the funny ensues real quick. I want to see if the funny happens. So first we go and change the minimum speed. First, actually, let's test it and see that nothing has changed too much. Nope, we're still able to control this as normal. However, if we change the minimum speed to, let's just say 1. Please, funny happen. Oh? Strange, nothing's happening. Will it let it go below 1? No, we can still stop. Okay, I'll have to do some research later, because that doesn't work the same way I thought it would. Alright. Well then let's remove that. Let's remove the changes that we just made, because it doesn't seem to make a change. Yeah, like that. And then minimum speed. Get out of here. Alright. Now let's add a health bar system. So when we run into an enemy, we no longer just straight up die. We want to take some damage. So we'll go down here and add a whole new area of our many variables here. We're gonna add a health bar, health batter, health bar, health bart. We do a serialized field, and int health Heath equals 0.0f. No, we're not doing a float, it's just 0. Too used to using floats. Alright. Now, instead of when running into an enemy, you die, we're going to change this to take damage. And we will subtract health by 1. And then in the update function in here, we're going to say check if the player's health is 0, if health is lesser than or equal to 0, then die. I don't quite remember what the whole thing is for that. That's game object dot set active equals false. Unless game object dot set active doesn't work, is it just set active? Well, let me look this up. I've forgotten how it works. Okay, I just messed up the pronunciation. Not pronunciation, the grammar. So game object dot set active. It says it cannot assign to set active because it's a method group. But set active is right there in the example. Maybe it's this. Is it this dot set active? Hold on, let me just remember. You forget a thing, you can't remember what you looked up to try and get it. This game object just, you know, I'm just gonna Control X, then minus health, then back up here. No, it's fixed void. Fixed void, fixed update. So then we go check if the player health is 0, if statement health is lesser than or equal to the number 0, then that. Okay, now when I start up this whole thing, because we don't have any health at the moment, we should instantly die. Yep. Now instead, we do health at 10. Alright. We have health. Now if I run into this, yep, our health decreases. The question is, how are we going to take care of that? Also, not to mention, if we fall down here, most that happens is we take some damage. And you can walk on this collider now. And that's no good. That's not what I want. So instead, we add a new function. We're gonna add some new stuff. Well, first of all, we're gonna change the death plane from the enemy tag, add a tag. This tag will be death plane. Now, go back here, add the tag death plane. We're gonna change it from a normal box collider to a trigger. Then we go back into the code, and on trigger enter 2D in here, we're gonna go if the other object dot tag is equals death plane, then we do die. You do the die, and that die is to game object dot set active false. Now, when you hit an enemy, you just take damage. But if we hit the death plane, we will die. Alright, so let's test this out. I'm gonna check on Bobby. We're gonna hit the death point. We're gonna hit the enemy. We lose some health. Now, if we hit the death plane, we should fall through. And yep, there it goes. We're dead. Next thing I want to do is change it from when we're on the ground, which is very specific to these two objects here, to when we're on any surface where we can when we're on any surface that we can walk on. With some exceptions, there'll be. I'm hoping to make some platform types maybe later that like are sticky or something. Then you land on a surface that you can walk on, or that you can jump on. Then you basically just are able to jump off of it. I noticed that with the enemy earlier, you can't jump off of it. You can just land on it, but you can't jump off of it. In order to add something like that, we'd need to first detect if the player is not moving in the vertical direction. I think I have an idea of how to do that. So we do this here. In order to detect that, first we need to check if because we have the player input here, that's awfully convenient. So we can do if, we'll do an if as I proceed to write down nothing. Oh, great. If, well, first we need to know is knowing what this whole part of this code does. Check it. Well, actually, let's put it in a bit different part of the code that makes more sense, so it's a lot less unorganized. So we need to detect if the player is on a surface, and we do an if. It's a player input dot vertical. No. I'm trying to check and see if the vector 2, like the y, this part of the vector 2 here is equal to 0. Granted, I might be stepping a little bit outside of the scope of today, but I think it's worth looking into. How to, check, no, not check, how to detect if the player is, not moving in the vertical direction. Unity. That's gonna be kind of nuanced. Check if the player is not moving Unity forum. Oh, that's a bit long. It's a different way of doing it. It's a different way to do it. I'm not getting the answer I would like. There are a lot of different answers as to how this will work, but I'm guessing I'm not going to get one right away. I have to do a bit of a deeper dive later on. Oh well. Something for later, I presume. What else can we do, real quick? What else can we do? We should be able to kill the enemies. We should be able to keep them from hurting us. The first thing that comes to mind is if we're moving fast enough, we can like ram through enemies using the dash. But I don't know. You know what we should do? A little bit of a quality of life thing. We should change it so that the dash can only be used midair. Jump on top of the enemies. That would be a good idea if we could detect if the player is on top of an enemy somehow. Because if we walk into its side, we should take damage. If we land on its top, then it should take damage or it should die. For now, let's add this small thing where it's you can only dash whilst midair. Go down here and go to yep, starts with ground instead of can dash equals we move this. Gonna move this. Oh, like actually no. We're gonna just change it to can dash equals false. Also, by the way, hey, hello, Psych 9248. Pleasure seeing you again. Thank you. Uh. So in order to make it so that we can only jump midair, we need to detect when we're in the air. We just do it after a jump. So when it says can jump, we just set it to true in here. So it goes can dash equals true, like that. Let's see if that works. So we're moving like normal. Nothing seems to have changed in that department. We can dash like normal. Let me check and see if can dash is false at the moment. Once we jump, it becomes true, and then we can dash again. Okay, actually I kind of like that a lot better. Yeah, I like the feeling of that. Granted, I would like to find some way to remove the double jumping problem that we have. Ooh, actually, I just thought of something. I also forgot to. I'm gonna show you what I just did real quick because I kind of forgot to show you guys while I was testing it. So we're moving like normal. We can jump like normal. Now if we scroll down here, it says can dash is true only while we're jumping. Just like that. Of course, I'd like there to be some kind of penalty for when you hit an enemy, because as of right now, it's just kind of acting like a weird platform that damages you. And that you can't jump off of. The other option that I could only think, the only other thing I can think of, I can talk. The only other thing that I can think of is that it gets destroyed when we hit it as well. So that means that it's going to likely, in order to destroy them, we have to hurt ourselves, which is not very fun. And also, if we hit on the underside of the ground, we also get the ability to jump, as you can see here. Just jump, jump, jump. You just keep jumping. So, as for the idea I had, we can make it so that when you leave the ground, basically, when you stop touching the ground, could be a gameplay feature. Oh, you are correct. It could be a bit of a gameplay feature. That would be interesting. It's like a weird wall jump, but for all surfaces. I like that idea. So, allow me to show you what I'm thinking of at the moment. We go here. Oh, let's go underneath this one. I'll keep it all nice and tidy. We'll do a private void on collision exit. That's enter still. Need exit. So, now that we have this, we can do, well, first we need to detect what the collided object is, so we get the collided object. Pretty much copy paste this. And then from there we do, if other object dot tag, we'll do the tag system for now, equals ground. That's grew. Then we will do a can jump equals false. And we can also move this from the jump. So now down to here. In order to make it so that when you leave the ground, when you stop touching the ground, it will allow you to dash, thus allowing you to dash even when you haven't jumped yet. All right, let's hope this works. All right, so we're moving around. We jump, and we cannot dash. Hold on, let me. Jump, dash does not turn on. Okay. Strange. Did I put it in right? Yeah, I can dash. It was true. Alright then. Looks like we're gonna have to Control Z that. There. Now we should be able to dash again. It's a really weird gameplay feature. I'll have to do a bit of thinking about how that'll work. At the moment, we can dash in any direction we want. And that could also be a gameplay feature, depending on the direction we end up taking this in. It could be like Celeste, where you can dash in pretty much any of 8 directions. Which would be interesting, and make for an interesting platformer, that's for sure. But at the same time, I don't want you to be able to dash upwards. That sounds like a second jump, and that sounds kind of like cheating. Like, you can just do that. It also takes you a while to come back down, actually. I was gonna ask, how far can you go upwards? Either that or you just kind of get stuck midair because the gravity is so low. Alright, so jumped off. Oops. So we jump upwards and okay. You do kind of hang in the air a bit. We can change the gravity scale to like 3 or something, and that might change things up a bit. It definitely does. Everything feels quite a bit more snappy. And you cannot move. Yeah, you just straight up can't move. There's not enough force applied. Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Oh. I've been messing around too much. Getting too used to it. I need to remember to switch things around and whatnot. I mean, this feels good. What I did is I tried to change the gravity scale from 1 to 3, and this is what ends up happening. If it'll let me play. Yeah, I tried to change this from 1 to 3. This is what ends up happening. Everything feels wrong. Thinking about lowering dash strength. I'm gonna lower dash strength to 10 and see how. Let's see where this goes. I mean, it doesn't feel quite as impactful as before. But if we're standing still and we jump, then it definitely does feel quite impactful. It's like an instantaneous up to. Oh, okay. Yeah, instantaneously up to like 10, which should be a good way to get started. Like, you know, you start stationary and then you start building up speed. You go boo, you're already moving, and then you can get a bit faster from there. All right, I like that. trying to think of other things we can add that are like really simple. In order to make a game, in order to make this a game, because this right now is a prototype, are particles easy? I've not messed around with particles yet, but I believe we can add some. Let me see. Is it like under add component? We go particle system. Already, dang. I'm not quite certain how to use this. Alright, here's the. Alright, we just had to open it up. Duration 5, looping. No. Can we like set it so when we hit the ground? Start lifetime 5, start speed 5. And start. Stop action. When you dash, maybe. Ooh, that's a good idea. Yeah, that would give you a good indicator as to when, like, when you dash, when you press it, you could see that little thing, the little particles. No gravity modifier of 1, so it looks like it falls out of the air. Okay. Maybe 0.3. Okay. I want to know how you trigger it, though. Custom data. Mode disabled. Okay, no. There's a trails feature. Oh, that looks like purple vomit. Oh, no. It looks very bad. Hold on. Okay. Someone just caved to my desk and handed me a bit of mail. Alright, I'll check that later. Stop that. Like. Oh. I don't know what to liken that to. Oh. Okay. My lungs absolutely hate me today. Dang. But I think trails might be the way to go. Triggers? No. We have collision noise, external forces, rotation by speed, size by speed, size over lifetime, color by speed, color over lifetime, force over lifetime, lifetime by interspeed. I want to know if there's a way you can start it, like custom data maybe. Disabled? No. Texture sheet animation, sub emitters, triggers. Allows you to execute script code based on whether particles are inside or outside of the collision shapes. Huh. Collision planes the particles can collide with. Yeah, screw it. We can add some collision. Now when we play, should just hit the ground, right? Nope. Guess not. What does noise do? Adds noise / turbulence to particle movement. External forces controls the wind zone each particle is affected by. Okay. Rotation by speed. Emission of the emitter controls the rate particles will burst out. Nope. Shape. They're cone shaped? What does it look like now? It's just, oh. Oh. It feels like I'm painting purple on my screen. There's gotta be like a start time, right? Like a start. Like when you press a button, you can like a start time. 3D start set, no, start speed, start lifetime, start delay. What does this do? Start delay. Delay in seconds that this particle system will wait before emitting particles. Cannot be used together with pre-warmed looping system. Huh. Are you sure that it's a cone? Because it wasn't a cone when we were trying it out. What's this do? Shape gives an editing mode. Shape transform, position editing mode. Shape transform, rotation editing mode. Wait, don't tell me that the shape is... It looks like a bunch of shurikens. I need to do more research into this, because though it looks really interesting and looks like it could be quite useful, I don't understand any of it. Yep. Oh, there's an open editor here. Oh, this pulled out a separate tab that you guys can't see. Close editor. Yeah, no, I don't get it. We're gonna have to remove this for now. Sorry. Particles can come later, though. In order for this to be a game, there has to be a start point and an end point. Which means we need to make a goal. We need to make a goal zone. A place that the player can go to that will allow them to essentially win the game. In order to do that, we need to go ahead and make... Well, first of all, let's make ourselves a new object. So we're gonna... This does pull out a new thing. Alright. And so does that. And you guys can't see anything of what I'm doing. Great. So we do a new 2D object. I'm gonna do a... I'm gonna do a square. Oh, we can do an isometric diamond if I want. No. Hexagon pointed top. This will be our goal. We're gonna call it goal. I'm gonna color it green. And it's a good green. This goal will have a collider. We need a mesh collider for this. Right? It's convex? No. Okay, maybe not. We'll just do a simple box collider for now. There. Now, with this collider set, we're going to say it's a trigger. And now, we want it to be like, whenever the player runs into this thing, the level finishes. So like, that'll be like the goal. We can make it a bit bigger to allow for some forgiveness. Can you like, can't scale evenly, can you? We'll scale it like 2.5 in each direction. It's quite the large area, and that'll be our goal. So when you encounter this, when you hit it, the level will end. In order for that to happen, because as of right now, when the level ends, or rather when Bobby gets set active to false, then he dies. We need to like set a level condition that determines whether this level is finished or whatnot, I think. Maybe not. We probably add like some main menu stuff later. But for now, we'll just say that you die when you encounter it. It's great. So go back into here. We'll go down to on trigger enter 2D. Let me say I did call it goal, right? Hold on. I did not change it to goal. Okay. Goal. Now, in void on trigger enter 2D, gonna go if other object dot tag dot name dot starts with goal. Then we'll do simply for now die. Game object dot set active. Let's send message false. Now that we have a start and an end, well, the start being 0, 0, the end probably, and the end being goal, we can start to design levels around this movement scheme. Huh. Oh wait, I know what happened. Z is at 1, it should be at 0. Because Unity technically doesn't work in 2D. All 2D is... Huh. Strange. Okay, that's weird. I write the code wrong? You can pass through that just fine and nothing seems to be happening. Yeah, let's check. Name that starts with goal. We can make a goal tag and see if that works. Let's make a goal tag and see if that works. Add tag. Add one. Goal. Save. Then we go to this goal over here. The tag goal. It has a collider. It is a trigger. Alright, let's see if this will work. Now we have to go back into this. Scripting scene. Their name starts with, we're gonna do tag equals goal. Alright, now when we run into this, it should... What the heck? Why can't we die? Is it because I'm using the wrong code tab? Oh. Don't worry. I was doing pretty much the same thing as I was doing. So nothing's changed really. Thank you for reminding me though. What could possibly be me be doing wrong? It is the exact same thing as this. The game object is set active false. Let's try other object to see if this code is even working. Let's try this and see if this is even working or not. Should destroy it, right? Nope. We just passed right through it. It's almost like it's not even there. Or we're passing in front of it or something. Okay, let me see in this view. Is it the same? It's on the same plane of existence. When we play... Actually, well, I got an idea. Put the game view here. When we play, should be able to see ourselves, moving around like this. We encounter this, and we jump up through it. Yeah, it's like on the same plane as we are. It's just not reacting at all. I think I made the coins the exact same way too. If we fly over here. Oh wait, no, I know why. We're using the wrong collider. We're using the wrong collider. This is a box collider. Remove component. We're gonna add a box collider to D to that. Now it should be destroyed when we walk into it. If we can collide with it, that is. Hup. Oh, we can walk on it. Oh, because we forgot to make it a tree. Hold on. There we go. It works. It works. Yes. Oh, hold on. Move that back to a more normal position. Yeah, it works. All right. So now let's go back into the code. And actually die now instead of just destroying it. So we go game, object, and now when we run into it, we should die, which is a good thing in this case. Yeah, it works. Okay, problem solved. Now we have an end of level thing. We have something that signifies the end of the level. Next, we just need to start testing out game design, because we have the bare bones of how the system's gonna work. We have the most basic functions. We've got, you can move, you can dash, you can jump. Running into enemies hurts you. If we run into the goal, well, at this point you die, but the level ends. So now we can just make a game with this, pretty much. We can start working on this. Alright, so I think a majority of the project work we're going to do is going to be in this mode. We're going to be working around in this for a bit. Wait, what the? Oh wait, I'm still in the game mode. Yay, okay. Let's start by going into scenes and creating a new scene. Well, actually, we can start by creating a new folder. This new folder is just going to be test scenes. And we put this in there. And we're gonna create a new scene. This will be our level, test level. This is where we begin to start testing around with the capability of our new movement script. Yeah, save the changes in there. So as you can see, we have a new empty scene. We go back to Mario Clone, this scene. We can pretty much take Bobby, Control C, Control V him in here, and then let's get some ground in here. So let's go back to Mario Clone, save that, and grab the ground. Control C, Control V it in here, and this should work. We should be able to move around. Let's test. We cannot move around. Oh wait, no, I know why we can't move around. That should fix it. We were moving around, just the ground was moving with us. Okay, yeah, we are moving. I think I liked the main camera that was on Bobby better, so we gotta delete that. It was a much larger area, and I'm sure I could use something with prefabs in order to make this work better. Yep, alright. It works. Now we just need to make a level. We can do that by doing, pretty much just placing ground everywhere. Come on. There we go. Come on. You can move left. There we go. Granted, this is probably gonna look real shitty for right now. That's fine. So now that we have like a starting place, we're gonna start moving around. Of course, we want there to be hazards and whatnot. The hazard of falling to your death probably gonna be the most prevalent here. And I want to make use of the ability to just rack up speed. You know what we could do? We go to Bobby and increase the maximum speed to 20. And decrease the dash speed from 10 to 5. So it takes a couple dashes now in order to get up to max speed. What happened to the velocity? What happened to that? I'm sure it's probably fine. We don't really need it at this point, but you know, it's nice. So now you can get up a good amount of speed real quick. I don't know what happened there. You can get up to a good amount of speed really quickly. Let's start by just making this a very long runway. Because we've gone from code design to level design, and it's a bit of a shift, pretty much. Make this a long runway. You know, let's make our first prefab. Let's make our first prefab so we don't have to make so many. Yeah, save that. Go here to goal. And I believe we can just, I don't quite remember how to make a prefab. Is it in, packages? No. Let me look up how to make a prefab again, because I don't remember. How to make a prefab Unity. The Unity manual, creating prefabs. So creating a prefab creating a prefab asset. To create a prefab asset, drag a game object from the hierarchy window into the project window. Oh. Okay. So I think I understand now. We just gotta go into this folder and create a new folder. That's gonna be called prefabs. Let me open this up. We just drag it in there. There we go. We can do the same thing for Bobby. And for coins. And for enemies. Yeah. Now if we go back to test level 1, save, we should be able to go to prefabs and just plonk down a goal somewhere. Delete Bobby and put him here. Add 0, 0. And then we can take this wall here and duplicate it. Hit Control D. Yeah, there it is. Move it over to there. Now we have a massive runway where we can pretty much move to our heart's content. As you can see, that still works. How fast did we get up to again? We got up to... Alright, still only getting up to 15. Did I... Oh, because Bobby's stuff hasn't changed. Can we open it up here and change it, like, change the prefab to that stuff? Dash strength, we're gonna change it to 5. Max speed, we'll change it to 20. Yep. And then we can go back to test level 1. And this should be changes because it's a prefab. So now the dashes are less effective. But, oh my, we can move faster. You can move way faster. Alright, that's pretty good. What's next? What can we do next? You know what, I'm gonna check something real quick. Prefabs, is it? The area of the main camera. Okay, so the background is bigger. We can fix this. 0, 0. And it's almost the exact same size. How big is the main camera? It's a 4.9. Maybe not. Alright, let's change this then to be just the size we need. Alright, just about that. It fits it pretty good. And we can, I think Control S saves it so we don't have to have that prompt show up when we telling us we need to save, otherwise our stuff is gone. Alright, yeah. Everything should be changed so we don't have that weird stripe down the right hand side now. Instead we have a nice blue background. Dang, you can get fast. You know what'd be fun? Actually. It would be interesting if we changed Bobby back to the prefab stuff from a square to from a square to, let's say, a circle. Change it from a square to a circle. Yeah, and instead of a box collider, we change it to a circle collider. So now we have that. And on the constraints, we don't freeze the rotation on the z-axis. So now instead of sliding, sorry you were having lunch. Oh, that's fine. Feel free to go eat, have lunch. You can put me on in the background, I don't care. Now instead of sliding, we are rolling. There's got to be some way we can indicate that we're rolling somehow. Like, so now we can like roll around on ramps and stuff. The ramps can be. I think ramps might be a little bit difficult to make. Like a curved ramp, that might be difficult. How are we gonna detect that it's like rolling though? We could another sprite renderer. It already has the same component. Okay. I mean, it's just. Wait. Okay, no. Whoa! Oh no! No! Oh! I feel so sorry for anybody who has epilepsy. Oh no! We need to fix the camera now. We can definitely tell that it rolls. It rolls. It definitely rolls. Like, huh? Can we like unlink its at the you know, we might have to use Cinemachine for this. Cause I don't know about you. Sorry, I'm gonna do it again for comedic effect. I don't know about you, but I don't know about you, but I don't think this is I don't think that this is very start moving very quickly. I don't think that this is very user-friendly, to be completely honest. I think this is like, you'll get sick after a while. Oh, yeah, that's like disorienting. Psych9248, I feel so sorry for you because you're gonna throw your lunch up all over the place. It's gonna be, Ah! Okay, so we might have to use a different system. No, we definitely have to use a different system. No. So we need to, add a, 2D object? No. Is it pixel perfect camera? No, it isn't. I don't think so. We got a camera. We can't just parent it to it. We need to follow its movements using the camera. Trippy mode. Yeah, it do be trippy mode. Do I even have Cinemachine? Let's collaborate. I might have to fix that with Cinemachine at some point. I don't know how to though. Because I know that Cinemachine exists. I might have to use the Unity Marketplace to go get it. Hold on. File? No. Where can I access the Unity Marketplace from? I don't know. Well, for now, I suppose we'll just stick to a sliding cube. Though I do like the idea of a, like, you know, rolling around at the speed of sound. But I don't like is causing anybody who plays my game to vomit. So, let's not do that. It's a collider. We need a blocks collider to, and we need to go back to the rigid body and fix that. Freeze rotation Z. Okay. Though I like the concept of rolling around, I do not like the execution that just happened. The execution that happened on my brain cells. Alright. I thought I saved. Save. Okay. Now it should be fixed. You don't want to be rolling around at the speed of sound anymore. Yep, there it goes. We're fixed. Okay, that was certainly something. Give me a second here. It's level design time. I gotta get into the level design mindset. For now, this is pretty good as a very basic level, but we can make it even better by simply adding what I'm calling the Big Pit trademark branding. We had the Big Pit. Can we jump that? That's the question. Can we jump that? Hop. Alright, that's easy to jump. Can we, like, move this entire system? Like, all three of these things. No, not up. Not down. Over, like, a few tile spaces on the grid. And see if we can jump that. Certainly, it's possible. I feel it. Come on. Your timer jumps right. Okay, so no, we cannot. What if we do like a diagonal upwards dash? Wait, can you wave dash? Not quite, it doesn't seem. Okay, it doesn't seem like you can wave dash with this system. But wave dashing could be kind of fun. I don't believe that this platform is simply long enough for us to gain enough speed. No. Okay, yeah, even at maximum speed, we're not making it. What about 5 tiles across? Hup. No, not quite. You hit the wall and you fall off. What about 4 tiles across? I jumped a bit too early. It's possible, I think. It's possible. Just a little bit further there. Oh, it's so close. Come on. I made it. All right, that's nice. The big gap trademark pending has been cleared. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Now we need to add some more interesting obstacles. I do want to go back through and make the controls a bit more snappy, but I feel like that's more refiney type thing that we can do later. As of right now, we're just testing things out. So you can jump that space. What is the distance between those two? I don't know. There's no ruler function as far as I can tell. Now, the next challenge we need to clear are some vertical jumps. We need to try clearing some vertical jumps. You have to know the stream. Thank you for watching. Thank you for dropping by. It was great to have you. We need to be able to like vertically jump. Let's see what our controls are like jumping vertically. We have this bit of area to work with here. Move these up quite a bit so that we can use them as barriers. So that we can jump basically. We're gonna do, for now we're just gonna jump, you know, some basic platforming shenanigans. Move this around and we do this. Make it scale 1 on the UI. We can make it like 10 on the X. Can you jump up to that? Yes, you indeed can. I imagine that this is going to be at least a little bit more difficult because of the fact that everything is so slippery. Come on. I think 20 is, it gives enough room for you to land and then prepare for your next jump and go again. Okay. Now what's the highest you can jump upwards? Right now it's about 30 on the. No, it's about 1. Let's do 5. Can you jump up to that? Without using vertical dashes, because I do want to get rid of that as a thing. You can by dashing into it and then jumping. It's not a glitch, it's a feature. It works. You can indeed do that. I think that's probably the maximum height though, because it's like perfect. Let's move this a tad closer and do it like maybe 15 there. Yep, so you can get started and jump onto it right from the get-go here. Then we can move it around. We don't know the distance you can jump at max speed, but we want to make it so that it's like even at minimum speed you can make these jumps. Not to mention, I kind of want it to feel good too. Instead of running into the thing over and over again, we want it to feel good. So we want it to be smooth. Land on each one instead of ramming into it and then jumping up and then ramming into the next and jumping up. That doesn't feel very good. We make it as smooth as possible by lowering it down by that much. Ah. Aha. And then you run face first into a wall. Stopping on a platform like this is difficult, so turning around could be somewhat of a problem. Alright. Dang, I'm running out of ideas. Let's just put down another. 15, then 50. An increase of 35. So and then we do 35 plus 50 is 85. Let's move things around a bit. Well, actually no, that might work out. You can use the wall to brace yourself. Plus 4, that's 12. Now 3 jumps in a row. Almost. Though there's a bit of forgiveness with it at the moment. When it comes to running into a wall and like having the ability to jump midair, despite being the fact that you probably shouldn't be able to do that. You can almost reach it. Oh, you can reach it. You can, the way you climb walls is very strange. Like here you can have this wall, you can just jump, then vertical jump, like vertical dash. Can't really think of a way to keep that from happening. Unless we restrict the player from moving up and down altogether. You could say, no, that's pretty specific. trying to think through how we can prevent that vertical dashing from happening. Then again, we could just design levels where vertical dashing is a necessity, but it doesn't feel good to vertical dash right now. Right now, when you vertical dash, it feels like you, it just kind of feels like you float upwards a bit, like, in relation to everything else. You can go up, and then, damn, holding up while you vertical dash, holding up while you jump really allows you to go pretty high. You know what? I might actually do that. I might actually restrict the movement by just straight up doing this. 0. Now it's all just the horizontal axis. Let's see what happens when we do this. Let's see what happens when we do this. Now I jump. I can't vertical dash anymore. Horizontal dashing still works. But I can no longer get up to that using a vertical dash. The most I can do is a horizontal dash like that. I think I like that. I think it feels much better. And it feels much better now. I'm just trying to think what else we could do that isn't just level design, because level design tends to get kind of boring pretty quickly. Don't know. Let's just keep doing level design for now. And let's see where it takes us. So we'll just duplicate this and move it up like to 16 instead. Duplicate this and move this up to so this 1620. So we can get here pretty easily, and then we can jump, pretty dang easily as well. Alright. We can control D that again, up to 24. And then control D that one last time, up to 28. And make sure that this is now at 30, 35. No. 32? Nope, 31. Then we go like this. There we go. You can make it all the way through. Though I don't get what the spacing is between these, why they are so uneven at the moment. they are mathematically even. That's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. Maybe we can decrease it by 0.5 more. So like a 3.5. Well, then again, I do kind of want it to be very precise. So for right now, this level design, that's 40. That's 40. This level design rewards being able to time your dashes correctly. As you can see, I jumped right onto that. And if you jump at the edge of it, you can make it up to the next one pretty easy. I didn't quite time it well enough there. Or there. It's a bit difficult. Oh man. The tiredness is getting to me. So vertical movement seems to work quite well. What else in terms of movement? I think we could start at this point adding some obstacles in the way, adding some enemies. Because right now enemies act as kind of a blockade, so we can go about dealing with those pretty effectively. By just making a very long path, putting a bunch of enemies on it. We can combine this with the vertical game design that we just experimented around with. 21. Maybe, yeah, actually 30 might work in this case. We combine this with the vertical game design as we've seen before. To make something interesting. Can you jump that? You cannot. It's way outside your jump reach. Okay. It would be 7 then. Jump and run straight into it. Dang it. 6 or 7.5? No, 6.5. That feels rather smooth. I want to add these, like another one of these, like up a bit. As a bit of an alternate path. For right now, it'll be some very simple game design. Yeah, it's too big. Change that to 3. Then line it up with the bottom like that. Oh yeah. Alright. Alright, now we can pretty much jump between these pretty easily. We have an alternate route. Now we can just duplicate this, or rather we can use the prefab of it and make another one and just put it there. Now there's two endings. Simple. For the top path, we'll have some more of these jumps. Just add 3 to this. I'm gonna move this entire situation over a bit. So now we have that, and while down here we'll have some more precise jumps. For that we can just use this. One these out, so that it's just a cube. And make the Y, I think like a 5. No, not a 5. Make it a 4. And make these able to be jumped over and whatnot. For now, we'll just put pretty much every couple of intervals, like randomly. Yes. Alright, there. I'm gonna move this a bit closer. Now we can add some enemies. As of right now, enemies kind of act like a roadblock. I don't know if that jump's possible with that enemy there now. You have to jump before the enemy, and it is definitely possible. Alright. Bit of game design. That's right. I am the game designer now. I'm doing it. I'm doing the game design. Hope me ma and pa proud. I do want to add some basic navigation at some point to these guys. Just like some real basic stuff. There are many enemies. Let's see how this works. Top path looking pretty good. I don't think you can make that jump. Okay, yeah, you can definitely make it. There we go. That's one path to go down. And the other path we can go down is the bottom path, which I haven't tested at all yet. Game design. It's all about testing. Ow. Took some damage there. Ow, took some damage there. Okay. I think we need like a visual thing that tells us how much health we've got. There we go. We made it. Alright, let's do a bit more scripting. Let's actually add some health. Like a visual teller for how much health we've got. Right here. We're gonna do it under here. We're gonna do GUI dot label new rect 20 20 200 200. As for what it says, that's a period, not a comma. Health. Yeah, health. Plus health. If I am not mistaken, it should appear in the same exact location as this one here. So, let me do this. Yeah, they're overlaying. Okay, to be expected. Now is the fun part. We get to fiddle around with it. I'm guessing that one of these controls the color, whilst the rest control the position. So let me look it up in the Unity scripting API. Rect. 2D rectangle defined by X and Y position with width and height. The following examples are illustrated in GUI space, where 0, 0 represents the top left corner and Y increases downwards. Rectangles can be specified in two ways. First is with an X position and Y position, an X and Y position, and a width and height. The other way is use the X and Y coordinates of each of its edges. Now note that although X and Y have the same values as min and Y, X min and Y min, they behave differently when you set them. Setting X or Y changes the position of the rectangle but preserves its size. Setting any of X min, X max, Y min, and Y max will resize the rectangle, but preserve the bottom portion. Preserve the position of the opposite edge. Okay, so this is X, Y, width, and height. Yeah. So, theoretically speaking, you can move the X and Y. We move the Y position down by increasing it by twice as much. And we move the X position over a bit. You can do like this. And we should be able to go back to this scene here, and it should be different. Not by much. Okay. Let's flop those changes around then. Instead, this becomes 20, and this becomes 40. Back to the dev scene. Yeah, it separated them out. They're just not quite in the right place yet. Okay, so that's, instead of 40 we do 60. Again. We try again. Yeah. There it is. Health 10. Now, when we run into an enemy, it should go down. Yeah, health 9. So we run into enough enemies. There's health 7. Health 6. Oh no, I'm doing exceptionally bad today. Health 4. Health 3. Health 2. Yeah, health 2. Health 1. And you die. There it goes. Alright. I don't know if I have the energy to keep going. Development is hard. I'm getting more and more used to it though. Last development stream was only 2 hours and this one was 3. So that's good. As much as I'd like to continue going towards 12, I'm out of ideas and out of I'm out of ideas and out of energy, and I would like to go and take a break very much. But taking a break now is a bit late, so I'm going to end off the stream here. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I definitely did. Catch me next time on Monday. Of next week, we're going to be going back through, and we're probably going to finish Gunfire Reborn on Monday. Or at least get very close to finishing, because I have a very good feeling about it. We'll get back to this next Friday. You can check my schedule if you have any other questions about what streams or when. This VOD is going to be up on YouTube within a timely manner, hopefully, and there's going to be some new shorts coming on YouTube as well, so check there if you want to see some funny bits. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time around. See you guys on Monday. Have a good night, and goodbye.